Peace be with you. This may seem foreign because of terminology, but there's a Catholic prayer that says, "Blood of Christ, inebriate me." Most believe that alcohol is inherently sinful if you're Protestant, or a radical Protestant like the Baptists. Maybe not most, but at least a sufficient amount. I know almost all Baptists do. But the idea that Catholics from the Bible teach is when Jesus said, "Do this in memory of me," or "to remember me," that when you activate your body at even a blood level by receiving the Eucharist, just a dram, you are seeking to inebriate or reset yourself on an orientation towards the holy, the sacred. Because wine is seen as a sacred substance, just like some see even hemp as a sacred plant. So when it deals with power and questions of theology, source fundamentally different in the Catholic Church is the idea that the Holy Spirit is intangibly linked in a way to wine, at least for the mechanical process of receiving this empowerment for the sake of then going and doing good works. You're baptized, you get the pardon, but when you receive the Sacred Heart, a sliver, a God particle of Jesus's literal tissue and blood into you is going to lead you to go do works. And just walking out here in the corridor, a guy that was kind of limping in a little bit on a cane, when he was leaving, I tell you, he looked so fired up, and it's not like he's intoxicated, but he went up and took a dram, a literal dram of wine from the priest, and here he was going out feeling probably inebriated, but not intoxicated. So when the Bible teaches to be sober-minded and vigilant, it's not saying don't consume wine. It's not a prohibitionist teaching by any means. Jesus used wine and holy oils to heal. So the coolest thing you can do is to become a Catholic, because it will orient your heart. It will lower your responses to the ways of the world and passionately order them, because you'll be living the virtues. That's the essence of temperance. And so is fortitude, last two main virtues. So consider the Eucharist. Consider that the Bible fundamentally teaches, John chapter 6, if you don't have the Eucharist in you, you have no life in you. That's not Pastor Trent saying that. That's the Bible saying that, and Jesus saying that. So prohibitionists who push and remove access to alcohol for the citizens are unconsciously actually battling against a spirit that may be associated and related to God. It may be a sacred substance. That's a whole different conversation, a dialogue. Whiskey's fundamentally different than wine. But the point is, for your temperance and to remember the last experience with Christ, there is a tangible substance offered that we believe is sacred. That's just a fact. So consider being Catholic, consider the Eucharist, be at peace in knowing that it's okay to live life in balance. Jesus wants you to be happy. And to reach homeostasis, which is your best state of balance biologically, medically speaking, where your body's firing as it properly should, you're in a state of somewhat fitness, that requires external elements which should not preclude wine or oils, period. It's Christianity. Peace be with you, best version of you. That's what we're looking for. Bye for now.